Welcome back to Minnie's Me and the Great Outdoors. I'm your host, Sean Baker, and it's good to have you back. I know we did a little bit of a spooky episode, that last one with the Necromancer, but this one, I like to do some Deadwalker Zombies. These are going to be used for any of the games we played, from Necromunda to Warcry to D&D, anything we need them for. Just your all-purpose general awesome zombies. So always love the Deadwalkers and the ones before. So I'm looking forward to painting these up. Another thing, we're going to start with this one. We're going to make him a little bit of a greeny flesh one. So a paint I've been dying to use, that I've had for quite a while now and I haven't got my hands a chance to use yet, is Auric flesh. So we're going to start off with that base coat on him there. Check this out. We're not going to be worried about too neat right now. So we just want to get a nice thin layer. Loving this color, it's so pretty. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful green. I want to do some cool little blood effects and stuff on this guy. Been waiting to paint zombies for a long time, so I haven't really gotten to paint too many flesh. So all of this flesh practice, different colors, different types, textures. Oh, what a wonderful test. Alrighty, now that we're back and this is all dried up, let's get some agrax on here. Now I'm not even going to, let's add a little bit of water to it. Just one little drop here. Okay, get him coated. Let's see this go on, alright? Oh goodness. Oh. Highlighting this is going to be a blast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it just makes it all pop so nice. I figured this would be a good test model to start on the first one, see how that looked, and so far not disappointed. Alrighty, now that that dirty agrax is dry, we're going to get this dirty zombie boy all highlighted. Now I started doing the back of his head here. See how I can get that one big streak I had there off, and it's coming out nicely. As your highlights are sometimes personal choice, I'm trying to go by my light here. Highly recommend you getting some kind of daylight bulbs to actually help that, because this person myself, who has no idea how highlights work that well, as I've started recently, well, kind of recently, it really helps to see where those highlights are coming from. Now here, just kind of hitting the flatter surfaces and leaving the darker recesses, right? Okay. This little bald spot. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'll add a couple more parts that you can see. Alright. And then I'll go ahead and do it off screen. That way you don't have to sit here and suffer through my cursing and swearing through my mistakes. But it's always nice to see people make mistakes, especially when they're new, because a lot of people like to hide their mistakes. I didn't realize how many people, when I first started watching videos, that were only painting the fronts. I was like, oh no, I didn't realize that's why they're doing it so quick, because it feels like people have tricks up their sleeves, right? And like, how are they doing this so fast? How are they pumping out so many videos? Well, sometimes you gotta take little short routes to help you get content out. And it might not necessarily be the way that you want to do it. So see how I'm just highlighting that by leaving those dark recesses? Very simple, right? Just go around the whole guy, all the greenish, like same with his fingies. Pardon my child talk, it's I'm a 5-year-old. So on his fingies, same thing goes. You want to try, I like to go down like this. You want to try just catch the tendons, right on the fingies. Nice knuckle dusters right there. And we're just going to go through the foot, everything like that, okay? All right. I think that's going to be nice with those highlights on there like that. So what I'm going to do is bust out a little bit of Nurgling green. I just want to go over and hit some of these finer highlights, right? So as you can see, I'm just kind of lightly hitting, right? Nothing crazy. Nothing fanatical, nothing nut job. Just a little just like that. It's almost like I'm going over the same areas, but a little bit lighter. See? It just makes it pop that little extra. Alright. What we're going to do here is glorify this dirty bastard. actually, here, I don't want to zoom in there. There we go. And get a little bit of water. Add it to a little bit of Caribou Crimson. It comes out of the pot, they're right. It comes out very strong. You don't want it that strong. Okay, so we're going to find the crevices of, or anywhere where the branches may be around his wounds. And I'm going to build this up, as it is going to be thin at first. But building it up from the thin, I think will be a little bit better, just because it can be so dark. I don't want it to be so dark off the bat. Oh man, does that look good. Now, of course, we want to go around the mouth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right? Alright. So I'm going to finish up a little bit of this, let it dry, and we'll move on to the next step, and I'll show you how this all came out after it dried up too. Okay? But yeah, so let's get to the shaft and any dryad bark things we want to color that brown. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start with this bad boy first. Oh yeah. I love dryad bark. It's a beautiful brown. Okay, so we got the shaft done and the roots done there. Looks pretty nice. So now I'm just going to work on here on the belt with a little Gorthor brown. Make sure I don't have any weird parts. Oh, what's that look like? Okay. Oh, that's his pants, I see. I see. Okay, so let's hit that Gorthor. Oh yeah. If you're looking for a leather color, Gorthor is a good way to start. Okay, let's get a little belt. Alright, so we're going to let that dry. We'll come back and do the pants, finish up the metal, start working on some more effects. Now I'm going to hit up the ridge around the belt buckle and that, the side blade, and then we're going to let it dry and do the pants and get close to finishing up. Now I should definitely wash this, I probably will, with a Nuln oil. I won't worry about the belt buckle, let that shine a little bit. But to get the blade dulled down and make it look kind of grimy, maybe even make it a little bit of rust effect on it. Ah, my paper stuck to me. Okay, so as you can see, the belt buckle there is all doing that blade, and that's it. There's nothing else where they're going to get on in there that's metal. So we're going to finish that up and let that dry, come back and figure out how we're going to do these pants and then base it up. So because I want this to look kind of like zombie peasants, like just your typical average peasants, what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to paint these pants Thunderhawk blue with a highlight of rust gray. We'll probably do the ropes here, something light. Maybe another Gorthor brown there around the rope there, and then just highlight the boot. A little bit of Nuln oil onto here. Agrax Earthshade, just to darken it down. A little highlight here. Then it should be done. So, the step we're going on to now, the pants with Thunderhawk blue. Now, I originally bought this paint for Space Wolves, and I haven't gotten a chance to paint any yet. Really hyped to do it because I love the Space Wolves. I'm big into Viking stuff. Loving this blue. Old War colors, I see. Use this Thunderhawk blue. That's just a beautiful blue. It's like a baby sky blue kind of color. Just beautiful. Very peaceful. Very calming. I'm not too worried about getting in any of his pants or any of the crevices or stuff because the Agrax is going to cover that for me. But I am trying to be careful because I did work hard on that skin. I don't want to mess it up. So like I said, I'm going to get these pants done. And we'll come back after that's dried. And then I'll show you doing the Agrax up the shaft, the Nuln oil here, and then the Agrax on the pants too. As you can see, people make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. I'm showing this part of the video because I was like, you know, I don't show enough of the mistakes I've been making lately. So why not share them with you? So for example, I know no one's going to look, but under here, I hit that blue, or I hit that branch. Just recover that. Super easy. I mean, like nothing crazy. There's a little blue dot that I noticed behind here. My eyes are going crazy. Okay. Good, it's all good. Alright, so we got that blue dot gone. Very simple to fix this stuff. See, I think there's a little bit of blue probably going here. The root. Oh, that's my album. What I'd like to do is just kind of a little highlight right here. Get that metal looking nice and sparkly again up there, right?
Definitely very sparkly.
Very sparkly.
I'll retouch up the lead belcher. Nothing crazy. Kind of leave your dark recesses in there, right? Just give it a little bit of shine on top and keep that dull edge on the bottom. Yeah, alright. And then what I was thinking of doing is just edge highlight it quick. that'll be it. Just gonna throw a little edge highlight on the bottom there. All right. Just right along here, make it look sharp. It's very subjective how you want to do it. Normally I would do the bottom sharper because that's where it's being used the most. And what I'm going to do after, I was thinking a little bit of maybe scrag brown and just fill in some of these recesses. They just make it look a bit rusty. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that looks nice. Nice little bit of shine on there, right? That's that. So now we're going to go ahead and do a quick, so I've never gotten to do this before. As you see the skulls, I painted them gray cedar. I've always wanted to use this lately. I haven't gotten a chance to. Perfect time, because as you saw my last skulls, I just threw some ag racks over Xandri dust. Let's do some skeleton horde. Skeleton horde's a beautiful contrast. Oh my goodness, I see, I get it now. And I can see here if you want a deeper coat, put on a deeper coat. When it dries up, man, that looks good. Skeleton horde's awesome. I see why people just throw it on the bones. That looks wicked. It just seeps right in there perfectly, right on the crevices on the sides of the skulls. Yeah, that's beauty. All right, so now we're going to do the carrick stone around the ropes of the feet. Oh, sorry, there's a little leggy here, and that'll be all she wrote. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, just right around these edges here, and I'll come back and show you after it dries. And yeah, we should be able to move on with some fun blood effects on the basing, and then we'll be done. All right, we are back, and after that ag rax earthshade has dried nicely there, so we're just going to highlight on the folds just the same as we did on the skin here. Okay, so let's just get a little bit of underhawk on our brush. Okay. All right, and just start highlighting the uppermost layers. I won't go through all of it to bore you. Just give you a little bit of examples that I'm doing here. Again, just leaving those recesses nice and dirty. Find it gets a little bit thin, it's okay, just put a little bit more in your brush and keep back at it. Hope you're all doing fine on this day today. I hope your paint projects are coming along nice. I mean, this was supposed to be for my Halloween, but we're now in November. A lot of good family time together. Been having a lot of fun times. Me and my wife lately have been having a great time. Lots of laughs. Because that's what's important about this channel, is promoting that. We don't want any negative stuff on here. Trust me, I can be quite cynical and negative when my brain lets me, and I do not want to allow that on my channel. I would have no problems talking about it. I know there's a lot of problems with people out there, and everyone wants to talk about their problems and see how we can help each other. Not everyone wants to help each other, but I'm always up for it. I highly recommend, if you need someone to talk to, you always find someone to call. There's always someone to talk to. There'll be times when it doesn't feel like it, believe me, I know that feeling. But there's always someone to talk to. I'm sorry to go on that little tirade, but you know, mental health's a big deal here in Canada where I live. I'd like to do whatever I can to help people with my experiences that I've currently gone through. Right, now for a bit of fun. Blood for the blood god. We're going to put on the gaps on his wounds, on his back, stuff like that. But for the blood of the mouth, I'm going to go the Duncan way. And I've seen Peachy do this too, where they mix it with a bit of a Baden Black to make it look a dark coagulated color. So let's just get it on the wounds and the weapon first. This stuff so much. And I haven't even gotten into technical paints. All right, I just love it. Okay. Dabby dab. Oh goodness. Goodness. So good. Because at first I was like, I think Caribou Crimson's too purpley dark, and then no. Oh, it just pops so good. Really brings that green out. Oh, it's wicked. How horrid looking. That zombie is angry. He's coming for you. Warcry. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Magnificent. And it's funny that you just throw in that last technical paint, it just brings it all together. I also did not show, but I did a very quick dry brush of Tyrant Skull just over top of skulls. remember, that's just Grace here, Skeleton Horde, Tyrant Skull. Very quick, very simple if you want to do bones. You might be doing them that way on. I like the powdery texture it leaves. But yeah, like I said, just a little bit of technical pain. After that, it just flies. You can just see that, the vibrancy of it all. So this looks good. Oh, he's ready. Oh, man. Yes. That is one angry, bloody zombie. Thank you for hanging around this video. Really appreciate it. Oh, get that little bit of dust out there. Okay, now I'm getting all steep. Whatever. Fine, I'll put mud on it. Well, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm having a blast doing this. I can't wait to show like a whole group of them together on a nice little diorama or something like that for y'all. And getting used to these YouTube videos, really having a blast with them. Really appreciate you coming along and having fun on these adventures. I hope you're learning something. I hope you're having a great time. And if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them in the description. And we hope you come back for some more. Thank you so much, and let's kick some butt in the future.